It's your host Keekz,
And Neekz.
and we are streaming live from the Folk Music 680 channel. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Folk Music 680 on YouTube. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you can stay up to date with any content we put out. I'd like to welcome Mika. Say hey to the people.
What's up with it? What's up with it?
But Anchor, you already know what it is because we've
been in this.
we've been there. Don't forget to check out our podcast on Anchor FM, y'all.
Trying to keep it PG for the folks, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So typically we would call our Tuesdays Tuesday Blues Day.
Today's Tuesday Sober Day, man.
Yes, we want to keep it casual, still lit, but cash. And yeah, we're here to talk about a couple of things that have been on our mind, going on in the world. Yes. It's a crazy time we're living in. If you've been listening or tuned in to our podcast on Anchor FM, you know that there's quite a lot of political stuff going on. But we are here to bring you good music. Right now we have playing in the background Elwe Igeba of Native Keys, Gimmer. It's available on all digital platforms, so make sure you check him out, y'all. Alright, so we're going to open up our segment with a little reading from a book titled A Palawan Perspective. It's by Hermana Ramarui. So make sure you guys check that out. You can check her out on Facebook, inquire on getting the book if you want to get a copy for yourself. But it's a collection of poems. Last segment we did on Anchor FM, we shouted out Tabon Michael.
Yeah, bomb too.
Make sure you cop that book. Yes, In Between Seasons by Tabon Michael. Alright, so the poem I'm going to read from Hermana Marui is titled Being a Palawan. Being a Palawan. Palawan, not a thing, but a state of mind, is capability and is freedom. It is a being equipped to act and to react. A center in itself. It hangs on to nothing. It takes freely. As it sees fit. It takes freely as it sees fit. It discards freely when no longer needs. It is freedom. It is ability to use and discard, act and face new realities. It is dynamic and it grows in many directions. A person's just a person. Palawanness is a state. This person hangs on to this. This person hangs on to this person ceases to be a Palawan. As soon as he fears new learning, a Palawanness recognizes change as part of its growth, and it sheds skins when necessary. It recognizes its identity and adds new skin to itself each day. And it is inventive and adoptive and employs new terms along the way. It looks to the past only for advice. The basket of today is what it preys on. It welcomes new techniques as means to achieve and make firm, efficiently, the essence of its being, the foundation of its needs, to explore the future.
So beautiful. Love it.
Yes.
I really stop with that half second. Here we go.
Hermana Ramarui.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That one really spoke to me because I feel like in the field that we've been in, doing graphic design and media, on top of just the exterior community that we're, involved in, our 9 to 5. One thing that has rung true is our pride in being Palawan.
Yeah.
And I speak on my own experience when I say that I take pride in being Palawan when it means that we come through for each other, or we have each other's back in a way, like everybody knows their place and their role. So when we come together to make something happen, or for whether it's a get together, an actual event, or mga a funeral, just kick it. You know, there's a way we go about things. Like
it's more than just the kick it. It's more than just the hanging out. Like we have our space.
Like planning on small scale, planning on big scale. We always come together and work together to make things possible. Hence, us here, right here and now. You know, I'm kind of getting hot. Give me one sec.
She's hot, guys. She's hot stuff.
But yeah, did you wanna?
No, I agree. I think it's such a beautiful thing, and I think even for me,
shout out to Keekz, our behind the scenes woman, doing the thing,
cooking and doing everything. No, it's been an experience, like, you know, maintaining who we are. I think being Palau is such a beautiful thing because even being, you know, accepted into a realm of like Tongans and Samoans, and then but still I'm Palau through and through. Like that's what I am, you know. And being told like, don't carry your flag on your back every time. They don't need to know your plan. And I'm like, no, man, this is everything. Who I am is. That is what it is, and you know, it's an exciting thing because it's not just me; it's everybody, it's all of us.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be uniquely Palauan, but then also unanimously Pacific Islanders, like warriors of the ocean, people, protectors of the ocean, and island people. And it's something to me. Maybe being an unaccepted people, maybe being a people that, or maybe not unaccepted but unrecognized, right, or under-recognized.
Yeah.
And it's growing. Things, you know.
Misrepresented.
Yeah, misrepresented. We have people out there now like Connie,
underrepresented.
Maya, who are really doing their thing, who are making their connections. That's that next generation.
Yeah.
But really holding firm to who we are as Palauans and honoring our ancestors, but at the same time uniting and joining in without letting go of, you know, I remember many times people were like, oh yeah, you're poly. Like as if it was like you're accepted. No, I'm not. But I am an islander and I am Micronesian. But thank you for being so down to accept me. But I am still uniquely Palau, and I'm still me. And that poem, when I was listening to it, I was just being like, it's a beautiful thing. Like we're so honored and so grateful to be who we are and where we come from. And I'm grateful even for a white mother who made sure that I knew where I came from. You know what I mean? It's I can't even imagine. But it is something that's beautiful to all of us. I think across the board, we're honored.
Right. I feel like I wanted to touch on that part where she said, Palau, not a thing, but a state of being.
Yeah.
Is capability and is freedom, and it is being equipped to act and react. I feel like we come from a peoples who have been, in a nice way, or to put it in a nice way, we've been taken under the helms of different powers, different nations, and you know, we took from it whatever we did, because if you think about it,
colonized?
Yes.
I was like, what do you mean? What the hell?
We were colonized, but also, I mean, at some point in time, it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
And whether we like it or not, we've embraced a lot of the stuff that they left with us, whether it's religion, whether it's parts of language, you know, names, and then obviously the bloodline, mixing down up until this point.
And being mixed too, because we have a lot of family that is, especially with Japanese culture, mixed, you know what I mean?
And for me, I felt that was something, I think, uncovering the history, you know, when you as you get older, because at first you're just kind of like, oh yeah, we're Palau, we're going to get together, our families, you know, we make food, whatever, get together. But then you start to go to school and learn about it, or you're just reading up on it on your own, and then you realize, like, wait a minute, we were taken under the Spaniards, and then the Germans, and then the Japanese.
That's how my grandma got her name, Veronica. Like we have like Rosetti, like our family was definitely to the Spanish side.
Oh, okay.
And also Japanese, but we do have a lot of names that, even just the names, like even just on the surface, that reflect who did come.
Yeah.
Who did come, you know. So.
And then I feel like at the end of the day, you know, we're that culmination of all of that. at this point. So now it's about understanding and then like remixing it into what we're doing right now. And maybe we'll do it a little differently,
Yeah.
like a little spin-off or a version of it. But really, I think the basics is just like how, for me, I would say how you're raised to just respect and to respect your elders, care for others, you know. Um, but yeah, I really like that poem. Shout out to Hermana Marui. That was dope.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I'm
There's a lot of other
inspired.
ones in there too. So
We have
she's gonna
another
read
one
them.
in a little bit, but yeah, definitely like inspirational and honestly, even I think of the writing process and I just think like how deep you reach in and then you pull those things out from you.
Right.
I like it.
Shout out to you. So, moving into our segment Tuesday Talks, going back to just that one part where she said it's freedom, it is being equipped to act and react. I think also just the environment we live in, like, you know, Palau's Island, and it's surrounded by beautiful, beautiful ocean, all the creatures in the sea, and I think that type of like, because it's still somewhat untouched. I think just the vastness of the ocean, you know, there's so much to be said about that, like that freedom. I don't know, something about thinking about home and thinking about the ocean um, gives me a sense of peace. Like right now we're in a pandemic, can't travel, so we're here stateside. It's cold, it's winter, but even just thinking about home, just from looking at a picture, you get that sense of freedom, and just even being tied and knowing that, oh my gosh, this is where our ancestors come from. Like, we're blessed to call a beautiful place like Palau home. But speaking about the ocean, you came across some stuff today.
Yeah,
And yeah, do you want to share about that?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it was I think this happened the other day. This happened right after
The Capitol.
yeah, everyone was at the Capitol and stuff like that, but I don't know. I mean, dugongs are important. Manatees, same thing. Dugong, it's a sea
They're
cow.
rare. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what else they call them, but we call them the dugong. So, but they're still on the lookout. So they're looking for the person who did this. But in Florida, it's gross. It's so gross to me. I didn't even want to look at the pictures, man. Like, they scraped in the back of a manatee, in the back of a dugong trunk, right?
They
That's
scraped
just the word
Trump
trunk,
on the back of a
you know what I'm
manatee.
saying? And, you know, I just think, like, I don't know, to us, that's something that's very special. Like, dugongs, I've always been raised, like, really honoring and
child.
respecting them. Yeah.
The Palau
It's always
legend.
been so important to me, like, you know, and so to think of something so sacred to me, sacred to our people, I don't care what it was. It could have said whatever. It could have been like,
Just the fact that you went and
it
did
could have
that.
been
too.
Democrats. It could have been anything. It could have been like freedom and peace. I don't give a shit what the hell that said. The fact that they went over there to this beautiful creature and then just like scrape that shit in, I don't know. It makes me angry. It makes me disgusted. Like, again, I said, I don't even like when people see me fight videos because I'm like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to. I feel like I'm trying to make this whole thing pure, right?
Yeah.
I don't even want to see that shit. But
So it
I
happened
did.
in
I looked
Florida.
at it, and it's just so in Florida. You know, they scraped it on there. You know, it's a federal offense. They're looking because it is an animal that is going extinct. It's a rare animal. They went and scraped that in there, and so they're looking out for the person. So if you know who that is, let us know. But
Yeah.
but really, truly, I mean, it's disgusting and it's sad. And it does speak to, you know, everything that's going on nowadays. But like I said, I don't care what it would have said. It could have been like,
Just don't do that.
yeah, just that's so weird. Like, why would you? Of all the things you're gonna do, like, what the hell?
Right.
I
And
don't
also
know.
just like being, you know, being Pacific Islander, knowing that the ocean is every part of us and who we are, it's kind of sad to see these things happen. But on another note, let's just you know, be mindful. That's what, you know, she's pulling up a picture. I was like,
So I was
was
gonna
this
show-
photoshopped?
No,
I'm
no.
looking at it.
So it was in there, and you can
Oh,
see
yeah.
it. And this is Can we show? Oh, so it's like someone did a outline, so you could see. You can really see it when it's swimming, but we're not showing the vid. We're not showing. Sorry, we're not showing the video portion of it. But it's just sad. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you do that for?
What,
I don't
what
even get it.
news site was that on?
Oh,
They wanted
on
to
every
look it up.
every news site. Honestly, CNBC.
Oh.
It's literally on everything. It's on every it's on all the news outlets. It's not like a small time thing where no one's taking it serious. Like, it's a serious ass thing. So it is something definitely that's being they're looking for the person because it's a big deal. So
Wow.
you know.
Crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry, on that same topic, crazy enough, so I don't know if you guys all seen the guy did you see the guy who was over there with his horns?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like dressed as a Viking. He's into Norse religion and all of those things. He had been going, I think, about 5 days now without eating because he was saying he's in prison. So he's in prison now for having raided the building and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
He was saying he doesn't want to eat. He cannot eat unless it's organic. I need organic food, right? So now the Supreme Court has overridden, because he wasn't eating. He was refusing to eat because he said he could not. He would get sick if the food that he was presented with in prison. Now, mind you, the kids in ICE detention camps, or even the adults, not given soap, not given toothpaste. All the Muslims that have been detained as well, just given pork, right? Nothing that has to do with their religion explicitly says they cannot eat those things, right? His preference is that he cannot eat anything but organic. So he has not eaten in 5 days. God for a motherfucking bed. And they have ruled in his favor to give him meals that will keep him
I'm
well.
not really surprised because if
He's
you
white.
saw what happened on those
Sorry.
steps and nothing, like, where was the
What the
militia
hell?
squad? Where were, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
it was basically reaffirming everything we already know. And if you wanna separate the two, I mean, shit, we could be mad about it, or we could just be like, look, we already know this is how they deal with stuff, so
Exactly.
let's just continue to focus on us and like build us up, you know, build each other up. Let them do their thing. Let them act crazy
Because
over
they are
there.
gonna always have their own side.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to get ourselves into positions of being educated, owning our own businesses, being in positions of power, owning property.
Yes.
Even during this time, right, where I was just looking at something the other day talking about how a lot of people are going to be losing their homes. And that's a very sad thing because of everything that's been going on. But let's take note, because they like to buy up, trap houses and everybody, poor neighborhoods. Let's position ourselves. We can be first-time home buyers.
Yes.
Buy up properties that are being sold out, are being auctioned off at low cost.
Buy a
We
lot,
can buy
for sure.
low and own properties. Not just here in California. Somebody that I work with in BNI, they like to purchase properties in other states because they sell at very low. You can buy an acre for like
Yes.
$100.
Yes.
We need to start buying up properties so that we can sell them out. We need to be smart and stop waiting for them to give us favors and give us opportunities. We need to take that shit, educate ourselves, and build our own future. Stop waiting for people to hand it to us. No one's gonna hand us shit except for compliments or like, oh, you guys are so. What's the word they always use for islanders? Exotic. You're so exotic. Like what does that mean? Like,
Well, let's be exotic and let's own businesses.
and the exotic owners.
Yes.
But
And
it's time for us to do that.
that's exactly the vibe that we're on. Chiro and I are on. We're about setting the back end, getting it right, and then flipping something to own because I've seen so many other nationalities do it. I feel like California is that melting pot for diversity. And every time I go into one kind of shop, like for example, when she went to go get the uh, grated cassava or grated tapioca, which we'll be showing you guys later in this segment. But yeah, when we go to like an Asian store, SF Market, what else, Chun's,
Yeah.
to get the stuff that we would get, I'm like, we could very well have our own store. And she said this too. You know, it's like, okay, well, what do we have to do to get there?
Yeah. It's just making moves. It's just making moves. There are a
Networking
lot of
too.
opportunities out there. I would definitely, and I think that we need to get on this, is looking into Black-owned banks. We don't have banks of our own quite yet,
Yeah.
but Black-owned banks, there's quite a lot now. You know what I'm saying? Being able to go over there and investing in them, and then at the same time when it comes time to build business and then take out loans or have them invest in business,
Yep.
you know, it's not the same kind of stereotypes or indifference that they might have when it is a white owned bank. And I say that with just not even with being slanted. That's the realistic of it.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. We're not given favor in those realms, and when we start working and developing and investing in our own spaces, then we create more for ourselves, and then we build our legacies, and then we create for our children. And I think that's important for us to do for our generation right now,
Yeah.
and then the people who are coming up after us, for sure.
I'm glad you said something about black-owned banks, because I saw a ad that Killer Mike he's behind
Yes.
Greenwood Bank.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I was looking into that. That's something I wanted to do too. But yeah, that's for sure,
Start
because
putting your
it's
money
about
there.
the people. And when we come together
Yeah.
in unity like that, shoot, we can recreate the system to benefit us.
And I do want to say one of the things, I mean, you watched some stuff about it, but we did probably on our own more research about it. But even the reason they even started was during the Great Depression in the 20s. And they weren't taking care of their own people. And that's when Black people started taking it into their own hands. And honestly, we owe, exactly, and we owe so much of what the freedoms that we have in our space to Black people who've come before us. That's why it's important to come behind them and support them, but creating those opportunities and then take that leadership and then also do the same ourselves. So I think there's something to be said for that. Like, we need to make sure we're supporting each other.
Yes.
Beyond even just being Pacific Islanders, I think that's important to recognize.
For real. I feel like if we're gonna do a spin-off of a poem, I feel like being Palawan can mean something else in the day that we're living in today, because that's what it said, you know. Just touching on that, like, okay, let's look at our past and let's look at how the generations we've grown up with or whatever, and how we do things. It's typically, you know, Tuesday Booze Day would just be just drinking, turning up for no purpose, but we're not drinking. Disclaimer.
But I'm okay
We're
with
chilling.
it too,
It's Tuesday
so.
talks. We toned it down a notch, y'all. But yeah, like coming together and spending time and doing stuff like this, stuff that we like to do, that we're passionate about. We love to talk about current events. We love to talk about music. We love to talk about
Conspiracy theories, controversy, all the
Yes.
craziest things.
and on top of that, brainstorming what our next game plan is. And so here we are. This was originally Crimson Cars Talks. It's evolved to Anchor FM, and we're now live on Before 680's YouTube channel. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us today. We have a couple of things we wanted to try out. Tuesday tries, Tuesday talks, and talk and try.
And every
Still
other
working on the
thing you
name.
can think of that.
But before we go into that, do you want to read the next poem that we picked
love
out
to.
from Hermana Gamarui?
Yeah. Come on, let's see. Which one is it? It's this one right here, right?
And then on to the next page.
All right.
Page 7 and 8.
Palawan culture. That's the title. Palawan culture. Maintain it, they say. I say, please tell me, what is Palawan culture? Palawan culture is a state of being. It is people living and growing. Palawan culture is alive. It is now, not yesterday, nor before. Palan culture of yesterday's death because it runs short of the needs of today, of Palan people who live today. These people are the culture. Treat the past as it's supposed to be. Our folly is that we try to recreate by trying to duplicate the impractical past whose songs are out of tune. Thank you. It's so beautiful.
Thank you, thank you.
I was excited to be the one to read that because I do believe that, and I think that even for me, because I'm always constantly seeking like who I am. I think because of my skin color, even though I grew up as a blonde girl, even you know what I'm saying, I seeking to figure out what it is and how do I fit. This is so beautiful because it's not just, I think it's gleaning from the past, but also really looking towards the future and how can we build on everything that everyone before us has given us and provided for us and worked hard and sweated and bled and shed tears for us. And what is it that we can do, you know, to continue to build on that instead of just living in the past, instead of just talking about the past?
Yes. We can build each other up, that's for sure. Build each other up and support each other when we see other Palauans venturing out and trying things and, you know, making a brand or making a mark, whether they're in a you know, a more political career or whether they're in arts, whether they're in music, whether they're in construction, you know, whatever it is. I know there's so many of us out there in the world. You know, we just got to come together and network. You know, there's so many of us that populate these cities all around in different states. Like, if we all really came together, we could own a plaza and everybody has their little shop that has whatever business they like to, you know, they want to, whatever skill or whatever talent they have that they want to profit off of, you know, they can make a business out of it. So, that being said, let's shout out some people, some Palauans who we know are doing their thing. One particular person I wanted to shout out, based out of San Mateo. Shout out to Sister Connie.
Yes, girl.
Yes. Shout out to Connie because she launched her brand Hella Palauan last year. Some dope merch, so make sure you check them out. They got hoodies, they got tees, and yeah, it's like, it's beautiful to see other Palauans embark on their journey and make something for themselves. Little backstory, we all came together under Nika into the Island Reggae Festival, and you know, that's where we really was like, oh, there are other Palauans that want to do stuff, you know. And so when we came together as a team, we, you know, had our respective duties, and it was a fun time. So now to see everybody grow and, you know, create their own content or, you know, make a business or make something out of themselves is it's really dope.
Yeah, to backpack on that, to piggyback on that, inside joke. But no, I remember doing events, and I was doing events for many years before I actually ever was able to, I felt comfortable enough to like start the bridge to other Palauans doing things. But I was doing events, and then I would see like my cousins posting pictures of events I was doing, but they were out in the audience, and I was like, what the hell? Like, you guys are interested in the same things I'm doing. Why are you in the audience? Because I know, but honestly, I guarantee any event that we do, it's like it's the best team you could ever have. Or get a group together of Palauans, guys and girls. Immediately, everybody knows what to do.
Everybody's moving.
Nobody has favor because they're like, oh no ticket, no, you're not in. Like, nobody's like, oh, we're cousins. No, we're all cousins, bro. Like, hey, bring the money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I was like, why wouldn't we be involved? Because we would be a major asset, you know. And then on top of it, Palauans look different than the rest of the other islanders. So then it was a way to showcase not just Palauans, but Micronesians. Because to me, my big goal, my largest goal is to bring together all Pacific Islands, Melanesians too. I can't wait for other Melanesians to start stepping up and joining in and getting involved and doing the same stuff that we're doing. You know what I mean? I'm sad that Island Reggae Fest has taken a pause for quite some time, and rest in peace, Danny. I'm so grateful to him because one of my best friends in this whole world, a mentor of mine, definitely put himself out there for us. And he's, he made sure to come to our family meetings and do all kinds of, reach out to all the Palauans and make sure that we were included and make sure that we were a part.
Yeah, because that opened up a door for us to be like, oh, we have potential.
We're here. We're in this. We're here too.
Yes.
Like, we're not just guests. We're here. We belong. And because I think one of the things that colonization has done, and I look at Native Americans, even Africans, right, is divide and conquer. So to make us feel all very separate, all very different, and then so that they could come in and conquer us and change us and make us forget our history and things like that. And I think it's important for us to join together and to join arms and celebrate the things that are the same and be like, oh my God, we do this and we do that the same. And then at the same time,
that make us unique.
Yeah, and then super appreciate the things that make us different and unique. Yeah. And that is so beautiful. And seeing Connie and Maya, and I am shouting out Maya too, because I feel like those are that have young, not girls, they're women who've been a part of us since girls, been able to come up and then really honestly get their education together. Like, man, so proud. Like, y'all. Really
and make their mark too, because they were really involved in representing the Pacific Islander community in their respective schools, as well as just representing Palau doing those things. And there's a lot of us, there's a lot of everyone out there, so we'll shout you guys out too.
And those are the ones we're just connected to.
We're going on,
Yeah, those are the ones we know, but yeah. And but tell us too. Tell us other people.
Yeah, if you want us to shout out somebody, drop their names in the comment, and when we go back on air again, we'll definitely. Meanwhile, I just want to say sidebar. We do have a Sunday segment, so you can check us out on Sundays too. We'll shout them out.
Yeah, it's just exciting for us because it just shows like we're all doing stuff, and I've seen other Palauans too doing things, and some Palauans who are mixed, so they're kind of like, because the other side is a little bit more dominant or like known.
Maybe they weren't raised
the truth is we're like super just juiced for all of us to be in the mix and involved and a part, because it is our duty to stand as it's my duty, and I think it is something that's been gifted upon us to be a bridge. I know that definitely I was given the key to the door. I put my foot in that door and I held that bitch open. Like, bruh, let's all come through. Like, hey, you know what I mean? I got the key. I don't like to really, even this, I'm going to be honest. Even this, I don't even like to be, I'm like, why we're going on camera? I don't even want to do this. Like, this is not my thing. I like to be behind the scenes.
She's always been behind the scenes.
It's where I live and thrive, and because I just feel like, who cares who I am?
and envisioning how things are gonna.
But I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and this girl right, pushing me to other limits. So whatever, it is what it is. But the truth is I feel like we have this opportunity to serve as like, hey, we're Micronesians, the same way Chamorros have done. I think people really know what who Guamanians are, Chamorros are, and that's been a thing. But I definitely, for sure, feel on a mission to not only open the door for Palauans, but also say, hey, there's so many more of us.
Everybody, come
there's
on
Keekz,
over.
There's Marshallese, there's like,
and there's no excuse not to connect, man. It's 2021. There's so much advanced technology, so
we're just trying to connect.
Take that step. Maybe we don't know that you're interested in something. Like, hit us up, DM us, and we can put in some work, because we want to do stuff, and we can't really do it individually. We can only get so far.
Yeah.
So
and honestly, we're both graphic designers. Check out our stuff, Mellow Minds, Nika Unlimited. Like both of us are. I think both of us, our goals, and I'm speaking for both of us. I think, but both of us, our goal is to help build our small businesses so that we have a presence, a visual presence, and even a social media presence that's on par with anybody else. You know what I mean? So they're not looking at us like, oh, that's small time. You know, we want to be able to make it like, no, we're about our business. We do our stuff and we're serious about it. We build websites, we make merch, we everything. And I'm not doing this like as a promotion for what I'm saying is the resources there. So you might think, oh, it's so expensive to do that, or I don't know how to do that. Call us. Like, bro, we'll tell you. We'll put you on game.
Reach
like,
out,
what the hell? And we got resources galore. Like, you might think, oh, it's going to be so crazy to even put out merchandise. No, it's not. It's really not that hard, especially when you're
You
dealing
just
with...
have to put in the time because it's your thing. And I think that's been the growing moment for all of us. Even just with 680 movement, when it comes down to it, it's really on us. Like literally, we have to push out the content. We're creating the designs. We're putting it up on the website, doing the maintenance, all of that.
And not being
stuff.
selfish about resources, because I'm not really mad about that. Like,
that's the only way
hey,
to grow.
you don't got money is cool. Like, let me just tell you. Yeah, let me just point you in the direction because she spent so many years like really working on her craft
and it's evolved because honestly, it wasn't limited. Like, shoot, movie set, freaking video editing. Here we are. We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's time to share.
It was only really when we pushed ourselves to be like, okay, man, we're gonna meet. This is what we're gonna do. Here we are now. So it only takes one step. All of us can do it. I also wanted to shout out a couple other businesses. Do you wanted to?
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No, when you were talking about what is it? Read Love or Read Love? Was it Read Love or Red Love?
Let me look and see.
Whatchamacallit, brain fart. So we do want to shout out a couple other businesses. I want to shout out ODD Graphics. They got some really cool merch. You can check them out on Facebook. I'm going to be repping my Belias hoodie on the music video shoot. So thank you because that came early, got to fit it. It's love it. Love the design. Love everything that you do. And also on top of her clothing line that she has, she also does tattooing. And specific to
this one?
Oh yeah. ODD Graphics, and they do custom hoodies too, so that you can soup it up, put your name on it.
So ODD Graphics, if you're listening or if you ever listen, okay, so first of all, never on my social media, so I gotta let you guys know. Nika, 510-695-9477. That's the only way you're gonna find me. I know I have social media presence, but I'm looking and I'm just,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've never responded to you, and I was opening your stuff right now, and I'm saying, shout out to you because clearly you're on your hustle, and I appreciate that.
And she got some really cool stuff. You guys should check it out.
This is dope. I'm just seeing it, and I'm so like, how am I just getting on right now? But definitely, there's people who are doing stuff. I will say. This is going to be for me, even doing all these things, an experience of learning because I've been super in a bubble. I've been in my own bubble of doing of events and jobs that I have, but I'm excited to learn of other businesses, and I'm excited. And so even though I said, hey, reach out, I shouted out my phone number, so hit me up because.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, another person I wanted to shout out before we move on to our little try segment. I wanted to shout out Colleen Hobbs. Can you pull up her YouTube channel? She has a YouTube channel and she does makeup. So make sure you guys check it out.
What? She's plugged?
Yes, and she does makeup. It's so cool. I really like the one that she did in dedication to Palau. I just love the colors. That
what's her name?
Turquoise blue with the yellow.
That's not her, is it?
Makeup? Can you put makeup on? She's also, sorry, we're using my phone to do the YouTube live, so I can't just, pull it up real quick.
One day we'll have a delicious system set up, but for now, you're getting what you're getting. Is that her? Oh no, you know who we're pulling up is
Yeah.
Miranda Sings.
Wait, why is that coming up?
Because her name is Colleen.
Oh, is that her real name?
Yeah, her name is Miranda
No idea.
Sings. I love Miranda Sings, by the way.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
So who do you want to shout out to?
No, I honestly, right now, like I said, I'm really just on in the beginning of really reaching out beyond myself, and I've been just so focused on keto and like making sure that we're solid, that I have yet to really get to know, like, the one person though that I have and who has inspired me very deeply is Sha Meride.
Yes, shout out to Sha.
Shout out to Sha. She's been somebody who's been an alliance for me for sure. She brought us on her show even. She's the thing that I love is someone who's genuine and will say things even if they're not really popular or if they're hard to say, because I like that. I love that shit. Like, I mean, honestly, tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, I decided not to drink because I get crazy. And I even told Keto, oh my God, I was listening to our past podcast and I just it's too much. I say too much. But the truth is, I still love that. I still like saying too much because that's always what I've been known for. Like, I remember my common thing for my family was like, oh my God, enough with your mouth. Enough with your mouth. You say too much. But I needed to be able to do that with warranted measure. And Sha, she's a tattoo artist. She's just a genuine general artist across all media forms, and then also a voice of the people. I love it because she'll say things that other people may not necessarily want to say, and she'll put herself out there regardless of what people think, and that to me is inspiring. I'm very inspired by that. So and she does so many things, like I can't even pinpoint just everything that she does, but she's definitely somebody who's at the forefront of pushing who we are forward and stands for Pacific Island rights, yes, Palauan rights, injustices, and she is one of the first voices to call all of that out, and I'm very grateful for someone like that who stands before us. And then even myself, when I've been in tears and I feel like, oh, I'm not shit, calling her and her really being encouraging and loving and sharing of her resources. She's the one who helped me find the song for my dad's funeral, you know what I mean? Like, she really is somebody who's definitely genuine and herself and true, regardless of what anybody else thinks. And that's, to me, ultimately, like, I love it, and I'm inspired, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes, make sure you check out her website, marire.com. Sha Marire, the professional rabble rouser. She also has stickers available, so make sure you check out her website.
Yes. So cute too.
Super cute. I love the illustrations. Like, she has one as her splash page right now. I don't know if you can see that.
But even doing okay, just making her own comic strips. Humorous, very poignant, and very to the, just touching on topics sensitive as topics, but with a touch of humor and class and lots of artwork. And I don't know, I just can't get enough. I love it.
And I've also pulled up Colleen Hobson's YouTube channel.
She's so beautiful. And I want to know how to make up like that.
Make sure you follow and subscribe. Colleen Hobson.
Don't mind her, because definitely makeup is not something that I think that a space that Palauans thrive in. Like, we're like, I want to put on a lip and like do some eyeliner, some like mascara, but it's always something that's kind of like, I don't know how to do it because we don't necessarily always wear makeup. But oh my goodness, how gorgeous.
Culture to put on a full face. So that's why it's also like remixing it to match how we live today, you know? So shout out to all the Palauans doing their thing. It's Tuesday Talks, and we're going to try to make bilog.
My favorite.
Yes. So we were craving something. We initially wanted to do this on Sunday, but here we are. And like all cooking shows, we already have it set up and prepped. So I'll be right back Nika, do you want to go ahead and introduce this song?
This is Keekz's latest jam. Thank you. So inspiring. All right, you want to blast that? This is Keekz Kanai, 680 movement, mellow lines.
But you always stuck on. Find ways to feed our family. Truly how your grind is mine. Did you want to move your laptop? Just know I'll always love you. Alright guys, we are going to Hey Tabon! Thank you for tuning in, yo! Alright, that's why I say thank you, my thank you, my thank you, my thank you, Papa. Thank you, my hey, we're setting up the scene. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Papa. The Princess and Leandro, watching out on a little coffee table. Became reality back in Bell Out. Going strong like 23 years now. Inspiring how you built it all from the ground up. Ready to be a hustler, sit back and watch you go up. Gotta apply every lesson learned, so the family can for the benefits that I've earned. Thank you, my love. Alright, let's get this cooking show going.
Oh, stand up, bro.
Yes. So, yeah, we were craving some Palawan type food, I would say, you know, because they might call it something different elsewhere. But this is called bilu.
Do other people have this?
I'm not sure if they make it in that same way. But correct us if we're wrong. I know there's that one they call manchu or something. But that's the only other thing that's like bilu texture and presented in the same way that I've seen. So yeah, we're going to show you how to wrap it up. Typically you would boil this. Kids, what was our boil time or steaming time? Did we do like 20 minutes? Okay, so for this brand of cassava, we did 20 minutes steaming. You want to show it a little closer to
Oh no, I gotta do this.
Yeah. So, what Asian store did you grab this from?
This was a lion, the lion market in Stockton, in Glockton.
So, yeah, we don't own a grinder. A grinder. So what we got is the alternative, which is frozen grated cassava. Still.
Yeah, so it says it right on the package. And this wasn't the only one, but this is the one I got. The other one that I honestly, so if I'm just saying, the other one that I saw looked hella chunky.
Yeah.
And I've had
grainy.
It looked grainy. And so I chose this one because it looks smooth. Because I've had biloom that was kind of like, Who wants that?
And unfortunately, we do not have any betel nut husk. And we've seen other methods to the bottom, roll it up, and then steam it as these little rectangle shaped things.
Yeah. Delicious still.
Still good, still good. Another way was with banana leaves. But today we're going to be using corn husk.
Yeah, the Mexican section.
Yes. And I'm gonna lie, these are expensive. That was like $8.99 at Safeway. So I do not recommend going to your local grocery store. You might want to go.
You went to Safeway though.
Yeah, you want to go to
Mexican.
like Chavez Market.
Yeah.
Like
No, even what is that? Food for less.
Food for less.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got some corn husk.
$8.99.
Yes, girl. I was like, we about to use this, but it's okay. She got quite a few, so we can make this more if we need to. But
yeah, I got 6 of them, and we only used how much? Like just a few.
We used 3. We use 3 to
Oh,
make
that's
what
a
we're
lot.
gonna eat later.
I wasn't so sure. I've never made it, so I was like, why? How many ever? But yeah.
Yeah, we use 3 packets, and I think we got about
Kids, how
this-
many? Kids,
I think we
So-
got like 10.
how many did we make?
We made 7, but we still have this. We have more, or is
Yeah,
this
we
all
still
of it?
have more of that one.
Okay.
We made 7, but they're like legit.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Oh,
I'm like, don't reveal.
my bad. Never mind.
Alright, so we're gonna
you don't know
assemble
nothing. You
this.
don't see nothing.
We got our assembly line going. We have some already washed and dried corn husk. Definitely want to wash it because there was a little. Well, I mean, it's
You don't want the
flavor.
husk. You don't want the husk. You want to wash the husk off.
Yes.
Just kidding.
And then we have our unpackaged grated cassava and some string. So let's start with the string tying.
Are we gonna both do it?
Either we can do it or I can coach and you do it.
No. You know what? You know how they have those exercise videos where like the person who's hella fit will like do the regular, and then the other person who's like, oh, go do the girl style. I'll do the fat girl style. And she'll do the professional way, and I'll show you what it's like when you're a newbie.
When you're trying.
I'm a trier. Okay. Don't
So,
judge me.
We
Or
wanna-
judge me. Who cares? I don't give a fuck.
So we're gonna be tying, and then if you notice, the corn husk gets more like a V shape. So we're gonna go with that already kind of close to the side, and we're gonna tie it down. Simple string.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm already nutting it.
Yeah.
I'm already trying to remix it. See, that's
Twist, and there you go.
the curse of Nika. I already think I know what I'm doing, and I really don't, so.
Hey, this is why it's Tuesday Talks and Tries. Okay. So go ahead and loop that in and then tie it shut. Definitely want to get this end at least tight because the liquid's going to seep out.
And who likes
Like
liquid
so.
seeping out? Like so. Like that. Have you ever seen that one movie?
Yeah.
Like so.
Tabitha, like so, like
I love
that,
it so
honey.
much. You just gotta put it in here like so, like that. Sorry. I don't know if that's...
All right, so we got the bottom tied, yeah? Check it out. Check it out.
So do you wet it so that it's a little bit more tender?
Hi, Mimi. Yes, right? Corn husk. We're gonna try. All right, so you do like that.
Like so, like that?
Like so, like
Sorry,
that.
I can't because I just like curse so much.
And then you're just gonna open and scoop it up and like, you know, massage it till it's all nice
Oh,
and inside. Girl.
We don't like it thin and long, but you know we're about to make it like that right now. I'm just kidding. Sorry, just kidding.
All right.
It's late. I could say
And then yes, we are filling it up.
fill it up. Little darling, fill it up.
It's the remix. Remix version.
Remix version.
Shout out Keekz, who has been, that's me. Shout out to Keekz, who's been behind the scenes prepping the final meal because we're not just gonna eat bilum. Oh, yeah, sorry, that the surface is clean. Sorry.
Ooh, we're gonna do a mukbang. I'm just kidding.
I don't think y'all want to see how I eat. I'm a messy eater. Shiro can attest to that. All right, so we want to fill it up, and not too crazy because you don't want it to seep out the top end. So go ahead and massage it. Bring this a little closer. Massage. Yo, feedback.
When I hear remix lyrics, you know who I think of?
Who?
Parker, who I love. My dad always loved listening to Parker when we would go on road trips to Stockton to see my sister. And I always hear, remix lyrics.
All right.
Make it nice and thick. Yummy,
Bless
yummy.
ya. Kids, can you just pull this back real quick? Yeah, just pull it back towards you. Yeah.
Shout out Keekz for the
Thanks.
assist.
Coming in solid. All right, guys. So you see that? It's all one nice thickness. Okay, not gonna go too crazy. This is just for teaching purposes, right? So you got it like that, right? And then we're gonna tie. So we're gonna go up, hold it with your thumb, and loop it around. And you see where you're holding it with your thumb, you're gonna tuck the string underneath and pull it up. And that makes one section. See? I don't know if you can see this. Maybe I should come on this side.
You know, I was nervous about what we created because it didn't seem so perfect, but it seems like when they get cooked, they look like
Bilu.
Yeah, they look like what gets sent to you in a nice ice chest, man.
Right? Yeah. You can tell we're
It's kind of
missing
forgiving.
home. And this is, yeah.
I was stressed
Next
originally,
level.
but honestly, it looks good.
Tuck underneath. Pull it.
Honestly, I love tapioca, but I love
Tighten it a little.
Bilum
Better,
even
more, yeah.
Even though it's the same thing, but just a version of that.
Yeah, I like the texture.
I like the texture too.
Because if it's too soggy, then like just as
Yeah.
when you just boil it or
Yeah, I
whatever,
always feel like there's such a hard
when it's grated,
mesh
it's
in between.
nicer, yeah.
And then sometimes people just overcook it, or then they don't know how to take out the strings because they're being fucking lazy.
Right.
Like, man, I gotta take out my own strings.
Right.
And
right,
Bilum
guys.
is just the shit.
So it should look like so.
Like that.
This one's pretty small, so I was able to do 3 ties. And then you just go one more around the top to seal it. You see
Seal the
that?
deal?
Go back again. Hold it. Wrap around. Tuck from underneath. Pull it out. Tighten it. And yeah. It's ready to boil. Or sorry,
I see yours.
steam.
Oh yeah, see, I have so many ties. I think I did too much.
Comparison.
There.
Oh, that is so cute.
Is
it's
it?
like it's cute though. It's perfect for this size.
That's so cute.
There you go. And there you have it. I did 3, so but literally it's just about, wrapping it good so it'll cook nicely. And yeah, 20 minutes in
Cut
the
that top
steamer.
string.
And you'll get something like this. Right? It's kind of yellow.
You eat it with anything, like your food, your meat and stuff like that. But I just used to love to eat it just straight up. Just you eat it to eat it.
And you can also add sugar if you wanted. I'm gonna try to open one up so we can do a test.
Oh,
How
there
to
should
see
be a
if
way to
it's
tie
good.
at the end, how we can just pull. Or
Yeah,
no?
that's where you just do the one.
See, I really
one
did the
more
most.
time.
I think I really super knotted
You don't have
mine.
to. Yeah. I mean, really, at the end of the day, it's up to you. You could just literally cut that string.
Are we still making
Yes.
sounds even though? Okay.
All right, guys. I'm gonna open it and how to know if it's cooked.
ASMR, we're gonna put it close. Can
you hear that? Oh yeah, she's got the nails. She got the ASMR nails.
Ooh, corn husk.
Yes.
Delicious. Get into it. Get into it.
Okay, somebody really choked this guy up.
That's probably me. I think I was tying them for their life. Like, I just didn't want them to burst open.
All right. So we're gonna do the test. I don't know. This one seems a little firm. I don't know.
Girl, it's late night.
Let's see. Oh, let's see. Is it?
Ooh, the right
It
light.
has to pass the jiggly test.
No, you know what? It's not even hella opaque. That means it's
It's not even.
good through.
It's jiggly.
It's jiggly.
That means it's cooked all the way, y'all. Yeah.
Look at that. Girl,
I'm
go
ready.
for it. Go for it, girl. I'm just kidding. This, not for your eyes.
Subscribe if you want to see a mukbang.
Oh,
Alrighty, guys.
paid subscription for a little mukbang.
And that was our little Tuesday tries, Tuesday talks and tries with your girl Keekz.
And Neekz.
And yeah, we just want to thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for.
Wait, we should tell them what they want us to try to make next.
Oh yeah, what do you want
Yeah.
us to try to make next?
We should let them decide.
I know you've
What are we
seen
gonna
us go live with our little cooking segments. But yeah, we also are down to just try anything. I think we were talking about trying to make the lumpiokang.
Yes.
That's a bit of a reach, but I'm gonna try to get the recipe
Eventually,
and the technique from my cousins. Shout out to my cousins Vilya and Long Tagewo, because
that's my favorite, honestly.
growing up, their mom made the best. I mean, that I tasted. Like there was no texture and it was nice and chewy and
So
just,
good.
like, with this on it, that coconut cream on it, so bomb.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, they were the ones. My two cousins were the one that were jailed up having to make it because I requested it for Thanksgiving. I requested their mom to make it for Thanksgiving, and then they're the ones that ended up making it. Little did I know it was something that takes a lot of work. So maybe we'll try that.
But we'll stay here from the States, like waiting for the ice chest to come, like
Surprise! But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to Befolk Music 680 for allowing us to come onto the platform and just have a moment with y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Shout out to Tabo. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to Mimi. My mama. Love you. And yeah.
Shout out to Ulara.
Yeah. She out here representing Westside.
Westside. I'm saying, I mean, you feel me?
Alright, so yeah, subscribe, click that notification bell. If you want to see more content, comment below what you want us to try, who you want us to shout out, and what topics you want us to discuss.
Please.
And if you got that business, shoot us a little message on the DMs so we can put some work in and then maybe appear on this show, come out, what? Options are endless. Thank you guys.